Hello.
Hi.
Now I've started saying weird things to her before the camera started.
Just before, like the 3, 2, 1, she says
It was on the 1, and I was like, let's kick this pig. And she's like...
I think that's what they love about us. We're always laughing at when we start the podcast. Why are they laughing? And it's just us. So, hi.
Who are we?
Well, I'm me and you're you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So welcome to Two Tangled Skeins. Today, my name is Sue, also known as Coordinator 7, because I think that's my
Are
name.
you sure about that part?
I don't know. I just knit the pearls right now. So this is episode 197. We are Saturday, March 18th, 2017.
He's so close to 200.
Yeah, I'd like to welcome new and returning viewers. Glad you came. Enjoy the ride.
Don't mind us.
Don't mind us. This is us.
I'm Lynn, also known as Toll Baby. You can find us on Ravelry, Facebook, our blog at twotangleskeins.com. We're on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Etsy.
Mm-hmm.
You need to start adding Etsy to the show notes.
Yes. So I just went out to the kitchen to get Lynn some water. And my husband's like, aren't you recording already? I'm like, well, no, we're chatting. Chatting? Well, that's kind of what we do before we start. And eventually we're like, okay, we should press record.
I mean, it's not like the Knit Girls where they're always at each other's houses. I mean,
Yeah.
we see each other when I arrive to record.
We talk all week.
We just don't see each other since I'm not working in the same building anymore. So
No.
So Selma's not back yet, but she is, winging her way back from Edinburgh as we speak.
I think so.
So she'll be on next week, we hope.
Yeah, we do have a special note.
We do?
We do.
Oh, yes, I wrote it.
It's just not in the it's not in the same place that she wrote it.
We have two, actually, because
Okay.
I didn't know about the other one until after I had sent you the show notes.
Mm-hmm.
We want to wish Jeanette, who is the bookish sister, a very, very, very happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday!
It was her birthday yesterday. She's a St. Patty's baby.
Awesome. And who's the other person?
Mina just had her 2-year podiversary
Oh!
on the 16th.
Nice.
So congratulations, Mina. You get a baby and a podiversary. Layla was in the episode
She does
again.
not stop knitting. I don't know how you do it. I really, really don't. Autopilot is the only thing I can think of. You're awesome.
I think she's just one of these people. She's kind of like Crystal. She's just naturally good at everything.
Crystal!
Every time I say that, Crystal's like... But it's true. She
It's
gives
true.
off that vibe. She's just good at everything.
She does. So, Mighty Foes.
None.
I wrote something under there.
I don't have a noise for crickets, and my phone's in the car.
Crickets. There is nothing.
Nope. No
No.
foes.
Because I was in the let's cast on all the things mode this week.
I lost my monogamous bent and started working on a bunch of stuff I had started and not finished, so...
Cool. So, do you want to go for the whips or me?
Oh, I can go.
Okay.
I'm at my row. We're
I'm
both in the round.
I was going to say we're in the round.
I'll start with what I'm knitting on.
It's so cute.
This is my little flax for Crystal's little goober.
Speaking of, can I just interject?
Yes.
Speaking of little goobers, Zane is going to have a baby brother or baby sister in 9 months. I
More
just found
babies.
out today.
More babies.
I had to. So
all the babies. Gimme.
yeah.
And then I'll hand them back, but, I want to cuddle all the babies. Because I don't want to keep them. I like sleeping.
You like being sort of like,
Oh, my neighbors this morning. Oh, my neighbors.
same neighbors as last night.
Yes. They had company over at 7:30 this morning, trumping through their bedroom, which is directly above my head. 7:30 on a Saturday morning, and I'm hearing 4 adults and 3 kids tromping around above my head. These people, I don't think, have ever lived in an apartment with downstairs neighbors before, because they're stompers.
Or if they have, they haven't taught their kids how to not stomp.
Well, I mean, the 3-year-old I can understand, because
Yeah.
he's 3, but I mean, this kid will literally run back and forth across a room for 3 hours at a time, like, without stopping.
It's probably because they don't get out.
You can tell as soon as they've left the house, because it's like, silence. It's so weird. But anyway, yeah, so they woke me up really early this morning, and I went to bed really late last night, because Rob was at his electric car club, so he didn't even get home till like 1:30 in the morning. It's 2 hours away, so
That's
yeah.
what time I went to bed at.
I'm not used to that anymore.
I was doing show notes.
Well, I sent them to you well before 1
Oh, I know that.
I sent them to you. I think it was, 8?
Yeah, I pulled this comfy chair up to my computer. I don't care that I was lower than the desk. Put my feet up and just watch TV, sorry.
Yeah.
Netflix.
So
hey,
anyway,
knitting.
Let's get back to the knitting. So I am knitting a little flax, and you can see where my little stitch marker is over here, my little progress keeper. This is where I was last week. So I did the entire body. And I'm on the ribbing at the bottom, which will be done before the episode is finished, because I only need 1 inch and I've got 3/4. So this is the Flax by Tin Can Knits. It's not the Flax Light, it's just a regular old flax. And so I'm knitting this for Crystal's little guy, who is almost 18 months. And this, I realized afterwards that following the pattern, this sweater is going to fit him for a really long time. He's not this tall.
No. You might grow out of it other
it's
ways.
A 2-4-year-old size, so it'll fit him for a while, probably till he's 4, because he's tiny. He's a little guy. And so it is done out of Knit Picks Brava worsted, which is a lovely acrylic. Actually, I was just petting it this morning, just petting it, because it's such a nice acrylic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in the Dove Heather colorway, the Dove Gray Heather, I think. I sent you the show notes. So Dove Gray Heather. And it's done on 4 millimeters for the ribbing and 5 millimeters for the body, which is the US 6 and 8. And did I put that in a project bag? I did. Ha! I decided that it was enough of being a bad podcaster and I should put my stuff in project bags. Although I'm still going to be a bad podcaster because I don't know where I got this one from. I ordered it from Etsy. I don't for the life of me know the name of the vendor. It wasn't a knitting vendor, so it was an unknown. Like I'd have to go and look at my original first couple of Etsy purchases and find it, because I really don't know. And it's a little stiff right now because I washed it. The ribbons are actually a little bit messed up because I washed and dried it.
I can replace those.
Yeah, I think I might replace them with paracord or ribbon, because these see-through ribbons don't hold up very well.
Paracord will be nice.
So anyway, it's in this lovely reversible, because it's completely reversible, project bag. And from some mystery, and I really love the stitching. Look at the stitching.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
That was one of the first things I noticed when I took it out of the package.
I think really a design.
Yeah, it's a programmed stitch on a sewing machine. So that's my first, and now I'm caught in other yarns. Give me a sec. I'll be okay. Don't mind me. There we go. Dryer lint. We'll be okay.
We'll be fine.
I also picked up something I hadn't touched since January, which is my Gryffindor scarf.
That will block flat, right?
It will, yeah. Because this is natural fibers. It's not synthetic.
Yeah.
So it will block flat. It doesn't have a pattern. I just made it up as I went along. Standard garter stockinette stitch scarf with garter edges. The yarns are Barocco Remix, which is a collection of recycled fibers. There's silk in here. There is linen. There's cotton. I think
That's
there's
why it's
wool.
called Remix.
But it's got like a whole bunch of different fibers in it, and they're all recycled. So I love this stuff. It's so soft. I mean, there are pieces of veg matter that you have to pull out as you go.
But hey.
But big deal.
Wabi Sabi sells that, right?
Yeah.
Not Wool Time.
I don't know. I don't think Wool Time has much of the Barocco stuff.
No.
But, so this is Barocco Remix, and I think this is Strawberry and Buttercup. I'm trying to find myself on my... Yes, Strawberry and Buttercup.
It doesn't print out very dark.
Well, no, it's not just that. It's that it's at an angle, so I have to sort of reorient my...
brain.
That? Yeah, that. And this is on my US... So they're 5 millimeters, so it's US 8, and these are Lion brand plastic needles that you can get at Walmart.
I have some of those.
That one doesn't have a project bag because I literally picked it up for the first time in like 3 months. So
it can go in another project bag or down below.
Yeah, but I have to wash a bunch of my project bags.
Okay.
My cat's a jerk.
Mm.
I didn't make a whole lot of progress on these, but that's because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with the heel. Because the sock is mostly in reverse stockinette, I wasn't sure what to do with the heel.
Oh, right, you have short socks. I'm like, you ready for a heel?
I'm ready for a heel because I didn't really want them longer than this. These are for me. I will expect my test knitters to knit them a little bit longer. Well, at least one of my test knitters to knit them a little bit longer.
Fine.
Well, it doesn't have to be you. You can knit shorty ones if you want.
No, I don't like short socks.
I was going to have 2 people test. But these are these straight and narrow socks that I'm in the process of designing.
Gorgeous. That
and
color.
I love this yarn.
Wait till it's knit up in my green.
So this is Mia Bella Kitten Yarn.
Yeah.
It's a company out of Highland Park, Illinois.
I think I'll use my green.
And it is, there's no colorways, so it's blue.
It's tones of blue.
And yeah, because it's really a wide variety of tones. And I did that on 2.5 millimeters, which is US 1.5. And that is, I'm using my needle keeper from, oh yeah, and that's where I was last week. So this is one of my needle keepers from Mandy Pinecone. You can always tell because there's pink fabric on the inside. When it's pink on the inside, they're Mandy's. And it lives in my Little Creek Designs bag from Selma.
Love
that was actually pre-Little Creek Designs, but still made by Selma.
Mm-hmm. And it's bigger than she makes now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the last thing is in my Hawthorne Cottage craft bag.
Kate.
Ta-da! Because it fits.
It does.
It doesn't fit in any of my other project bags. So I'm shutting.
And you'll remember she sent
believe
4 bags. We each chose one, and the one that's left over is the purple bunny one, which will come in handy soon.
Easter giveaway.
Yep.
So this is my Find Your Fade. Because my last 3 skeins of yarn are in here. And it fits the shawl too. So, once again, I had to frog most of my progress. I started after the ribbing and got to about where I am now and had to frog it all because I was off again. I hadn't put the stitch markers back on and I was off by a couple of stitches, so I ripped back to the ribbing. Not the ribbing, the lace section here, and started over again. So I've done this twice and then I put it down for the rest of the week because I was fed up with it. Now I know, put the damn stitch markers back. As soon as you finish the lace section, I knew I had the right number of stitches in the lace section, otherwise the lace wouldn't have worked. As soon as I was done with the lace section, put the stitch markers back. Even Melissa of Espace Tricot was saying that she had trouble and she had to rip back a little while. And yeah. Don't get cocky. So I did this little bit here.
That's enough because
Since
it's
last
getting
week.
really wide.
And I've added color number 5, as you can see with these little pops of orange up here.
Do you want longer needles?
No, it's good.
You're good.
This is fine. It's only 233 stitches at this point, so it's not that big a deal. I just can't show it to you, like, in all its glory yet. But, and I was so peeved. She's done hers already, and she started after me.
Who?
Melissa.
Melissa.
She showed it while I was actually watching them when I left to go pick up my parents and drive them to the airport. She was showing off her finished one, and I'm like,
we need to plan the trip to Espace Tricot when she's in town.
yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. Sorry.
And maybe record a little bit of video with the 2 of them. Can you imagine the 3 of us and the 2 of them all on camera at the same time?
Oh boy, we'd have to do it like a panel.
Hey guys, what do you think? I don't actually know if they watch us.
I think they do.
We watch them, so. So this is my Find Your Fade by Andrea Mowry, who is Drea Renee Knits. First color is Cyborg Craft Room, a Sparkle 8 base in the Soulless colorway. I feel like I'm so repetitive when I do this every week. The second is Cattail Knits, Brucey Sock Silver, that's this section here, in the Stunning Suki colorway. Next is Lady Pearl, sock yarn in the For Amy colorway, and it is so soft. Which is the other reason I put it down. The next one is Bittersweet Woolery Guilty Pleasures, which is the same base as the Lady Pearl. It's the same base. And that is in the Harvest King colorway. And then I added in the Woolen Vine.
Oh.
Which is gorgeous yarn. And I would love to have a sweater quantity in this colorway. I love the color that much. It is not soft.
It's not?
Feel it. Feel this. Here.
Oh, sorry.
It's really scritchy. And when you've been knitting on this...
It's like intertwined in my knitting.
When you've been knitting on this, and suddenly you've got that...
Okay. Stop getting intertwined.
It's just scritchy by comparison to the really, really soft base that I was knitting before.
Soaked, it'll be fine.
Yeah, because I have... it's not that. It's like any standard sock yarn. It's a heavily twisted sock yarn. So it's like any high twist sock yarn. It just that after having knit with those two really, really, really soft bases, this feels awful. So I wasn't really motivated to keep going with it once I was done with the integration part. So I will get started again with it this weekend because I do want to finish it, especially now that Melissa finished hers. And this is the Beach Bum colorway. I don't remember the name of the base because the label is at home. But this is the Beach Bum colorway in Woolen Vine yarns, and it is gorgeous colors. Like, it's mostly... The pops of orange are actually not as frequent as I thought they would be in the skein.
Well, you can never tell.
But there's a lot of that beigey, yellowy beigey color in between, and it's just gorgeous knit up. You can't really tell here because I was still adding the orange in, so I have a row of orange and a row of the stuff and a row of the orange. And so I'll get there. Next time you see it, you'll be able to see this yarn properly. It's gorgeous, and I love it. Thank you, Kristen. It is Kristen, right? Okay, sorry. I've been watching podcasts and hearing so many names.
She's on the podcast bandwagon, this one.
I've run out of TV.
I can tell.
I downloaded Bob's Burgers and Big Love because I was in the mood to watch something with Bill Paxton in it.
Bob's Burgers.
Yeah. I'm not sure about Bob's Burgers, but everybody has told me that after the first season it really gets better. So for now I'm concentrating on Big Love, which I also wasn't sure about at first.
We just finished the Santa Clara diet.
I don't want to watch that.
Drew Barrymore.
I don't want to watch it.
She's hilarious.
I've been told that there are episodes I wouldn't like.
Yes.
I'm emetophobic. I can't stand seeing people throw up.
Oh, then yes. Definitely.
I'm told it's just the first episode, though.
Yes.
I don't know if I want to watch it. I do want to watch Stranger Things, but not yet. I'm not ready for that yet. That's the sort of thing I would really like.
Well, yeah. Get on that, woman.
I'm not ready yet.
I want number 2.
I watched the first episode of Big Love. I wasn't sure. I watched the second episode, and I'm really warming up to it.
Oh, you were doing it Bill Paxton because he just passed away.
Yeah. And I love the woman who plays the oldest wife. It's about Mormons. It's about Mormons.
Okay. Is it a series or a movie?
It's a series.
Okay.
It was a showcase series, I think.
Okay.
It went for 5 seasons. And I love Jennifer Goodwin, who plays the youngest wife. I really hate the middle wife. The actress is Chloe Sevigny. I don't know what I've seen her in before, but I really dislike her character. Like, I hate her character. And I think it's Faye Dunaway plays the grandmother. I really love... Well, I love whoever's playing the grandmother. I think it's Faye Dunaway? I'm not sure. There's a lot of actors you would recognize in this series. Like, a lot of them. And I'm really enjoying it so far. And this has confirmed to me that I could never live in a poly relationship.
No.
I could not. I'm too possessive.
Okay.
I'm far too possessive, and I would not be able to do it. I have friends who are in poly relationships, not multiple marriages, but they are in poly relationships.
Mine.
Yeah, I'm too possessive. I wouldn't be able to share, and I wouldn't want to be shared. So
where were we going with
not
that?
for me. Well, that was the end of my whips. Complete tangent. You can tell Selma's not here to keep us on track. Selma, we need you.
Come back to us.
She has had the most amazing trip.
Mm-hmm.
She was showing pictures of a day trip she did to Loch Lomond. And
did you see that statue thing in
yeah,
the middle of nowhere?
this really neat arch in the middle of nowhere. And, I mean, the pictures she's been showing on Instagram have been just amazing. And we really miss you, so come home. You'll see her on Monday.
Yeah, if she comes in.
Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
You'll see her before I do.
Yes. So I have some whips. I'll start with my older whips because, you know, I had a cast-on party.
I must have been on the roll. I'm thirsty now.
So, my Find Your Fade. You can see the marker way down there. Let me shake it.
Shake it, baby! This is why her husband just rolls his eyes at us when we come out of here.
So I've joined the second color, and now I am only knitting with the second color. And of course, this is the Find Your Fade by Andrea Mowry. The first color was... Brain, I need to find myself. 3 Irish Girls Yarns, and this is the Full of Grace colorway.
Full of Grace?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I
That
didn't
makes sense.
write down what the second one was.
It's also 3 Irish Girls?
It is.
Because the whole thing is 3 Irish Girls.
It is. It's, do I have the tag in here?
You're a bad podcaster.
No. So that's my second one. So you can see the hints of green. And then there's browns, which is going to work into my next color.
And this one is the Adorn base.
Yeah.
The other one, I
Did
can't
you say
remember.
it was.
I don't remember, but you had it on
I
here.
have it as Adorn, but it's it's not.
That one, it might be the one that starts with G.
That one.
Anyway, it's a different base. It's not
Yeah.
the Adorn sock because you can tell just by looking at it. It's a very loose twist base.
Yeah, it is actually. When you try and rip out and start over, you need to cut it because it just doesn't work very well. And this is on 3.75 millimeters, which is a US 5. And I will be a good podcaster. It is living in a different Little Creek Designs bag. This is her one skeiner. And that one didn't even hit the shop. It hit my hands before anybody could get their hands on it.
She saw it, like Selma brought her bags to show off the finished
I'm
ones.
like, that's
and
staying
she's
with
like,
me.
that's mine.
It's kind of the advantage you have. When
And
you have
Selma was like, okay. Saves me
when
mailing it.
When you has friends. So that's one. The other one I'm knitting on is in an Annie Pearl bag with, as I say, cats and sweaters. Enough said. And it is the Little Step Socks by Tracy Watkis. And so that is the pattern. And I am using, which she says is Love Knots Unicorn Poop. So that's the Love Knot.
Clown.
I was thinking clown barf. Sorry.
Unicorn poop.
So this pattern is written for cuff down, but I asked permission from Tracy if I could do it toe up. So I reversed the pattern, and I'm just getting into the pattern. So you can just see.
Is that a testament?
No.
Oh.
I'm testing toe up for her, but it's not actually.
Oh, okay.
I just said I don't do cuff down. Can I do toe up? And she said absolutely. Then she can add that to the pattern. And this is being knit on 2.25 needles, which is a
US 1.5.
1, right? And yeah, look how I'm tarnishing all my needles. It's crazy.
You have an effect.
And this is how lovely this stuff looks in the
It's a
skin.
chemical effect, but you have an effect.
I do.
Just before we keep going, do you have a tape measure anywhere around?
I can grab you one very quickly.
Thanks, Mom. I'm so disruptive. I disrupt everything.
Not like I don't have a sewing machine right in front of us.
That's true.
And I dropped my project.
You
somewhere.
did. I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
You can blame me.
Yep. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3 is something you've already seen. It's the Stria cardigan. And I finished the ribbing and I just started the patterning part. But as you recall, I had to, last time I saw Selma, I had to rip it out because she didn't think that it would be big enough.
You need to stop doing that.
What?
Every time you go and show something, you hit the microphone with your needles.
All right. I got my little robot keeping my place. And this is the Stria. should come more prepared. Sorry.
You live here.
By Olive Knits, and that's Mary Green. So that's coming along swimmingly, and it's just in a little basket bag that basically didn't turn out the way it was supposed to, so it became a basket bag. I think I'm going to put snaps on it. And then I may or may not have cast on 2 things.
Bad Sue.
Well, the first one, I blame you, Marcia. Very little. You posted a new pattern. It's all your fault.
I saw that.
Oh,
she sent it
your
to
fault.
me too.
Oh, I know.
Thank you, Marcia.
I just asked if she wanted to do a giveaway, and she's like, well, do you want the pattern? Well,
it's lovely.
It is called the Stargazer Shawl by Marcia Ibuki, who is Very Little Designs.
It's really pretty.
It is
and
really pretty.
It's an interesting crescent shape. Like, it's not a round crescent. Show the
No.
back. That's the shape of it.
Yeah. Which
I think I will like. Because it's not a pointy triangle. It's a triangle with a flat bottom.
And so, I had a little trouble. And so, I had trouble with double yarn overs and knitting through the pearls and stuff. And anyways, I was knitting my pearls the wrong way. She was knitting it a different way.
Wow. That's an interesting texture.
I know.
Huh.
Isn't it? So, I mean, I've only got a little bit done. But look at the texture it makes. It's kind of awesome. And you're basically knitting it.
Bias. Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll get bigger and then it'll start getting smaller. So this is on 2.75 millimeter needles, and the yarn,
which is
US 2.
Good girl.
The yarn is Yarntasia, which I got quite a while ago from Jennifer, and it's in the moss green colorway, and that's her tag. And that's the yarn. And I had chosen something else, which
it's a little bit of a deeper green than it's showing up on the screen.
Yeah, I should hold it there longer, sorry.
Well, it's not just that. It's a deeper color than it's showing up. It's showing up more gray.
Yeah, I had chosen my Sunrise Fiber Co. green that Sarah gave me, but it didn't have enough yardage. I could have, she does put in the pattern, you can weigh it as you go, but I just wanted to start out with more yarn than I needed. And then...
what bag is that in?
Oh, that is my Cottage Craft, Hawthorne Cottage Craft, which is folded over because that's how I like it. Then I dyed some minis. So many minis.
This was my fault.
Yep.
What should I do with this skein?
Try out some colors because I couldn't sell it because it was just too damaged after being untangled by Lynn.
Yeah.
So,
okay,
you
let's clarify here. I did not damage the yarn.
No, I did.
It was damaged before it got to me.
Yeah.
As I was untangling, I told her, I said, you can't sell this.
So, I've got a green, an orangey red. Oh, wow. An orangey red.
It's not quite that
That's a really dark teal. Black. Oh, there's more.
She did a whole rainbow.
A salmony orange. A bright, like
a geranium or
yeah.
marigold type orange.
A nice blue. Yes, there are 10 of these. A really nice brown. A really dark purple. And last but not least, a bright yellow. And the reason I dyed that is because, and it took me a while, I asked on Instagram for people to tell me what patterns. It took a really long time, but I ended up buying this one. It's called the Falls Church Cowl.
I think you're going to like that one.
Yeah, it's kind of a play on the 3-color cashmere cowl, but you're using minis. I'm just not sure. I think that's in the picture, yeah. I'm not sure of what order I want to do the minis in, but that will come. It's knit on a 4mm, which is a US 6. And the other color I'm using is actually from Lynn. There was only one knot. So this is from Lynn. It's wool-like, and she had given this to me after wool.
Sure, there was only one knot. I found like 20.
In this skein,
in the little, I used that to do contrast heels on a sock, and I found so many knots in those 2 heels that I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And gave it to Sue.
So that's the main color.
Of course I used up all the knots.
Mm-hmm. So I cast it on, and I'm doing that. And then there's this beautiful stitch marker from my friend Leanne, who is Owls Andantes. Oh! Come on, focus. There we go. That I got from her not long ago. And this bag is so perfect. You fold it over and
it's a box.
It's awesome. And then when you put it back up, it has snaps and it folds over and buttons closed.
Yeah, see, I had to use the snaps because mine's too full.
But you can put it that full like she's using it, or you can fold it over, and right now it's housing...
And you've got a whole bunch of yarn at the bottom of the bag.
Oh. And it's housing both projects. Projects. Right? And I'm sitting on stuff now. And I have ideas for what I'm going to dye. I have 4 skeins of yarn left, and they're getting dyed this weekend. My last skein that I dyed in the Marilyn Monroe line has sold.
Hurrah!
Yep. The lady messaged me because she's in New Zealand and I don't have a price for that. I'm telling you, it was pretty reasonable. Like, I weighed it and everything and checked online. It's probably cheaper to send it to New Zealand than British Columbia.
Probably.
Did I show everything?
Nope.
I didn't? I did show the little step socks.
I don't remember that.
The unicorn poop?
The
Find your fade street. Yeah, I've shown them all.
You've shown everything.
I have. So.
Sorry. Don't
Sorry.
mind me.
Sorry, not sorry.
I'm going to put this down because my arm's starting to hurt.
Okay. So, what's on the boob tube?
I've been watching a lot of
I checked out one. I did subscribe. I did go on and join all the rest of their groups.
I have 3 new ones that I really enjoyed this week, and 3 more that I didn't, so I didn't even tell you about those. But
So,
I watched 6 new podcasts this week, plus I've almost kept up with
The
all
woman
the other
who never
ones.
watches podcasts is on a podcast train. Ooh, ooh.
I have nothing else to do with my time. That's a big part of the problem.
If
I'm
I'm
bored.
sitting, I'm knitting.
Pretty much. I'm bored at home, and I'm really looking forward to getting a job so that I can stop being bored at home.
You have quite a possibilities. You're in a lot of pools. But the one you just passed, I think it's going to bring...
I hope so, because I had a job interview on Thursday, and I wasn't impressed with the building. Basically, the person I was supposed to be meeting sent me an email 10 minutes before I got there and said, I'm not going to be here. Contact this other person instead. So the security guard contacted the other person and said, well, that person has a voicemail saying they're not in this week. And I'm like, oh. So
I got all this by Facebook Messenger.
It was a little bit of a fiasco, but I did finally manage to find somebody who was there and managed to get upstairs
and somebody
got
actually interviewed you? Okay.
It was kind of funny because there was a whiteboard in the interview room that said ideas for extending the life of the building to 2030. It's a heritage building. It's a really, really old building. And the first idea was replace the roof, and then it was crossed off and said too expensive. So I'm not sure I want to work in this building, but if I get it, I will definitely take it. So it was actually a really encouraging interview. I thought I did well, so I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, on podcasts, I watched 3 that I really, really enjoyed this week. One is called the Freya Spins podcast. It's Americans, you will know this name is Freya, but she pronounces it Freya, which is, I imagine, how it's meant to be pronounced.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And she's German. She is Freya 22 on Ravelry, and she is an amazing spinner. Like, she did, and she does themes for her episodes. So the first one was planning projects for your hand spun, or planning your hand spun for projects. One of them was on weaving. She's done some really, really neat episodes. So I really, really enjoyed watching her. There was Knitterarium, who is Ruth from Ireland.
And they're all fairly new, right?
Yeah, well, Ruth had a few episodes under her belt. Freya has 5. I can't remember how many Ruth has.
I think it was like 10 or 11.
Yeah, so I think she's got like 20. she's got a fair number of episodes, and I didn't go all the way back. I just watched the most recent 2. You're right, I think it is 11. Sorry. 11 or so. I haven't watched the whole back catalog, but I watched the most recent 2. And I could, even if she wasn't interesting, I could listen to that woman talk all day.
She's got a voice,
I
right?
love that accent. She's Irish.
I know.
She is...
Have you watched Kate?
Kate.
Hawthorne?
No, not yet.
Irish.
Not yet. I'm getting there.
I know.
So, Ruth is a knitwear designer. She designs under Knitterarium. And right now she's doing a Ladies of Legend shawl collection. She has finished, I think, the first 3, and she's working on the 4th one right now.
Nice.
So, and she's doing a Year of You shawl cowl, year-long cowl, in 2-month segments for the different shawls. And basically it's to knit for yourself. Selfish knitting. I'm all for that. I'm in the selfish knitters group.
Yeah, there's nothing for anybody else in my projects at the moment.
Not right now.
Not that I'm actually currently knitting on, no.
Yeah, I was going to say you just finished a toy for somebody else and a baby sweater for somebody else and this, that, and the other thing. So I will admit, what am I knitting that's for me? Find Your Fate is for me. Is there anything else that's for me? Well, the socks are probably going to be for me. They might go to my mother. I don't know. Other than that, I'm not knitting anything for me right now. Even the stuff that's on hold isn't for me.
Sorry, I was a little tangled there.
It's okay. Okay. We are the Tangled Skeins.
We are. I got a comment not long ago saying we should change it to 3.
It doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
No.
But there are 3 of us.
Yeah.
So
when we were picking the names out, it was just...
I was just her and Carrie, so...
Yeah.
There were 2 of you. Because I wasn't even the hand yet.
No.
I didn't become the hand till episode 10 or 11.
Mm-hmm.
And then I spent 89 episodes behind the camera. Well, next to the camera.
Okay, because now you're in front of the camera.
Yes. I think the first time I appeared on camera was in the 80s somewhere.
Late 80s.
But, yeah. So.
I know, you know.
Yeah. So anyway, check Ruth out. I love her hair too. She's got pink hair. She's got this pink little pixie cut, and it's just gorgeous. And I really wish I was brave enough to do that, but I'm not. Plus, my hair's curly, so it wouldn't look that good anyway. Well, it's usually curly. The new shampoo I've been using has been straightening my hair. Haven't been even been getting curls as it dries. It's just going. So I don't know. And the last one I watched was the Dorky Emu podcast with Sarah. She's Sarah Yude on Ravelry. Oh, sorry, Ruth is Celtic Knits on Ravelry. So Dorky Emu, I've only watched, and I'll confess, I didn't even watch the whole episode. I skipped the last 10 minutes because I was in the middle of doing something and I had to go. So I didn't even watch the whole episode, but I did very much enjoy her. She's from Cornwall in the UK, and she also has a very interesting, fun accent and expressions. Not to the point that Ruth does. Ruth, stop that.
Sorry.
She keeps making the table jiggle, which I'm sure you guys could hear.
I didn't even realize.
So, yeah, well, you kept doing it over and over and over again, so finally I just stared at her foot till she got it.
No, until you said stop that.
So, Sarah was also a lot of fun, and I very much enjoyed her podcast as well. So, go check those 3 ladies out. And that's what I did this week. I'm up to date on almost everybody. I think I'm the only ones. I was just catching up on Espace Tricot when I left the house. And I think there's one more podcast. I think it's the only one I'm missing now is Bakery Bears. And then I'll be completely up to date.
What episode is I watched 5.
Yeah, they have another one.
Okay.
Because they're both Lisa went to visit Melissa in New York.
Okay.
With her family. So you see both their whole families.
Kind of awesome.
So you haven't seen that one yet.
No. And I watched a new one. A Canadian. She's from Calgary, Alberta. Her name is Chantal, and it's called The Skein Game. I kind of like her. She's very, this is kind of like us. This is me, and she does not sugarcoat things. Which I kind of love. But I did want to mention, so go check out the Skein game. I wanted to mention something regarding podcasts, thumbs up and thumbs down and stuff. Marsha, who is the fairy little host of the Stitch and Twitch podcast, I always have trouble with that. She said that she receives messages on her phone when she gets a comment on YouTube. And so do I. And she said it was marked as spam, so she wanted to see what it said. Well, it was in Russian. And so she Google translated it, which does a half decent job. And apparently the person was just saying that your show sucked, the people that watch your show suck. And if you want more viewers, you need to talk to me.
Oh my God.
So she's thinking a lot of these thumbs down are maybe not knitters, but people like that.
Well, I know that we get spam messages from people who want to increase traffic on our site and blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, we're okay.
Yeah. We'll get them real.
Well, we'll get them our own way.
Yeah. So when she sent me that, I was like, well, that does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
That's funny.
Yep, it is. You suck. You need more viewers.
We're doing okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Not as okay as Mina, but hey.
Hey.
She's Mina.
We have steady viewers. So the next is the Travel the World by Design cowl, which is rounding out at the end of the month. And this week I counted 45 finished projects. Woohoo!
We also have the brown bag sock challenge that is ongoing. I saw you already started the merch, the April-May thread.
Yep.
So April, May, June? Or
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's locked until...
Yeah, it's locked, but I saw that you had started it.
Yep.
So we have 161 finished projects. Now, is that post or is that finished projects?
That's finished projects. I counted.
Good girl.
There's 171 posts.
I've trained her well.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing really well with that. I've seen some
Hence
gorgeous
the reason
socks.
I was up till 1:30 doing show notes.
It was kind of funny because a couple of weeks ago when we said you got to stop putting more than 3 posts, Penny actually sent me a private message saying Siberian Cat, who knits a lot of socks, sent me a message saying that was probably me, and Alexa, actually it wasn't you this time.
No.
We're good. So see, we're making people paranoid, but not the right people. Because the people who are doing it still do it.
Yeah.
But no, it's fine. It's not a big deal to fix it. And you guys have produced some really amazing socks. Oh. I've been in awe, and I'm really jealous because it's been killing me to not move forward with this sock. And I didn't know what I wanted to do with the heel. But then I watched Mina's podcast this morning. Boom! Because she knit 2 pairs of socks recently with the heel that I want to use. I was like, why didn't I think of that? And it's not, she didn't design it, it's not proprietary, she just did it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it belongs to anybody, but I'm going to do it on my socks, so. Because it works with the pattern.
That's cool. So, do you want to flash some stash?
Don't worry, Tanya, it's okay.
Not that kind of flash.
Yeah. I have a little bit of stash. I was bad. Because I have no money. But Carrie Lynn posted this on Instagram, and I was like, and she said the first person who posts gets it, and somebody posted as I was going to reply, and I was like, dang it. So she private messaged me and said, I actually have one more if you want it. So I was like, yes, please.
Dyers tend to do that.
It is her movie crossover club. She doesn't sell spots to the club. She dyes a certain number of the yarn, puts it up, and you buy the yarn. So this movie mashup was for February, and it is pretty in 16 pink candles on her serendipity base. So it's a 75-gram skein of the stripy color, and a 25-gram skein of the contrasting color for the heels, toes, and cuffs. And it is for 75-25 superwash merino and nylon, 460 yards.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I'm going to get minis out of this.
Oh, yeah.
And I really want her March one, too, because it's sort of like this grayish teal that I love. And I want it. So I better go to job soon. Actually, I should be getting my income tax refund sometime this week, because I did my taxes last week. I am getting a refund.
Almost broke even, but after being on sick leave for 2 years and being royally
them not withholding the right amount
royally
of taxes.
foobarred, I owed a lot of money last year. So
yeah,
it's life.
I know. Well, I'm a single mom too, so
yeah.
I don't have a second income.
It's funny
in the house.
because my husband makes twice as much as I do and gets money back, but that's because we have certain tax credits that he can use. So
yeah,
guess we're
I'm a single mom, and I don't have another income in the house, so I get fairly large refunds.
Guess where his refunds going?
They yours?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
My son was quite excited.
I only owe something like, I don't owe a lot on the Quebec one, but I'm getting about $1,400 back total.
That's nice.
So that's going to be going to buy me a new pair of glasses because my glasses need updating. I haven't been able to see clearly in months.
And you haven't been happy with those since you got them.
I know. I was pressured by the optometrist into getting bifocals because he was like, well, you know, you're 40 now. You know what? I'm making rude gestures to you behind this yard. Well, I wasn't going to do it on camera.
Is that the show title?
Sure. So I was very displeased with this optometrist for forcing me to get bifocals. I literally cannot use the bottom half of my glasses. I can't see anything out of the bottom of my glasses. The bifocal is not, like, I can't read the show notes through the bottom half of my glasses.
Yeah, see, I can.
And it really bothers me to have that fuzzy line in the middle. So
I don't see the line.
I see a fuzzy part that I can't focus in. So I really hate these glasses. And I really, really, really want to go back to single frame. Like single
pane.
What's the word I'm looking for? I know it's foyer in French. What is it in English?
Prescription?
No,
I don't know.
single focal,
focus.
like focus. I don't know. I don't know what it is in English. My French is showing.
It's foyer.
Sorry. Yeah. So, I will be getting a new pair of glasses. I need to get all-season tires for my car because I only have winter tires right now.
Mm-hmm. Don't bring them to Chicago.
Wasn't planning to. Rob was like, drive the car down here and we'll buy tires somewhere cheap. And I'm like,
not again. Been there, done that.
Well, it's not just that. Like, I was really not impressed with the guy at the tire place last time. It was really funny because we walked in and it was for my car. And I was buying them. And the guy, first of all, he kept calling Rob Bob. It was hilarious. Rob didn't even notice for the first little while. But he would only talk to Rob. And I would ask him a question, and he would then turn to Rob and say, well, Bob, and give him the answer. I felt like I was on a bad game show. And I was getting so mad because I was like, my damn car. I know the size of the tires. Talk to me! And he just would not deal with me. He would only talk to Rob. So I decided...
Apparently he was talking to Bob.
Every now and then I'll look at him and go, well, Bob. Because it's just so not him. And yeah, it was so weird. So, yeah, all that to say, I'm getting some money soon, and I'm very much looking forward to it because I have some necessities that need buying.
And that was our babble-a-thon.
Yeah, I'm just tangent.
So what other stats do you have?
Right, left, backwards, forwards. I need to go to Chicago and give Stephanie of Stitchcraft Marketing a big hug. Because I said that I wanted to try these. And look what she sent me.
As she was telling me, I was emailing Stephanie, and she's like, well, I kind of have some here.
These are Knitter's Pride Marbles DPNs, which I've been wanting to try for freaking ever. And it was her fault, too, because she was the one who was knitting a project on them and posting pictures on Instagram. And I was like, I really want
You're
some
lucky
of those.
You have the green ones. I almost kept them for myself. I don't knit on DPNs, but green.
Mine.
Because she sent me one set of tips that broke. Because she had them with her, and I'm like, well, do you have any marbles? And she's like, well, I have 2 sizes, and Lynn was just like,
So I will be, I'm in the midst of casting off the bottom of the sweater on the flax. These will be used to make the sleeves.
Let's just say, Knitter's Pride and Stitchcraft Marketing, Stephanie, you guys are amazing.
We are so spoiled.
I literally
so spoiled.
only knit with Knitter's Pride now. I very often don't.
I don't, because you get them all.
You can use any of them at any time. I'm just the one who asks for stuff. And
I know.
somebody was saying, how
I'm
do you
very
get all
happy.
the stuff you get on the podcast? Ask for it.
I've been wanting to try these for freaking ever. They're plastic, but look at how sharp those tips are.
But show the green ones. Look how pretty they
Fine,
are.
let's show the green ones.
Shush.
I mean, for plastic needles, these have very, very sharp points.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to using them because I need some larger DPMs. I don't have any.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've got a set of 8 somewhere lying around. Damn if I can find them. So I was kind of funny because who was I watching this week who was like, yeah, you did it again. They were like my high sharps and my chow goos, and I was like, those are my needles. I love those needles.
I am a convert. Like
I have to admit, I don't think I will ever enjoy interchangeables again. I don't know. The only interchangeables I've ever owned are knit picks, and they are garbage.
Oh, well, basically, Selma needed an interchangeable needle to take to Scotland. I'm like, here, take my knit picks. If you lose them, I don't care.
Yeah, I hate knit picks. I don't like their tips. I don't like the length of the needles. I don't like the cables. I like nothing about these needles. They come apart while you're knitting. I mean, I tighten them really tight. I hate the knit picks ones. So, hey Stephanie, if you ever have a nice set of interchangeables to get rid of,
Knitter's Pride?
I wouldn't mind trying a few. So, although I could always borrow yours. But yes, I'm very much looking forward to trying these. Thank you, Stephanie. So that's my stash.
Nothing else.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there was that pattern that we were sent, but we already mentioned that. So you can mention it again if you want.
So, like I said, what'd you do?
Okay.
Stargazer Shawl by Marcia Ibuki, who is Furry Little Designs.
She doesn't believe me.
No, I don't. And I also got, as I showed, the Falls Church Cowl. And I got some other stuff. So,
Did you?
yeah, I've been watching Erica of Ink Bags on Etsy.
Who showed some of those this week?
I don't know.
Somebody showed those on their...
But, so I asked her, I'm like, would you like to do a giveaway or a review? And we talked back and forth, and so she sent me some to try out. And she also sent some tea with it, which is going to go straight to Lynne, because unfortunately I don't like peppermint or mint of any kind.
Me and Selma will share.
So those go to you. And so, she has, this is the Notions pouch. It's called Little Things Ink Bag. As you can see,
Oh, distinct chocolate notes.
it's see-through, and so there's actually 2 pockets.
I like this. A great after-dinner treat, midday breath freshener, or car rear view mirror dangler. They're saying hang it from your car rear view mirror just to make the car smell. Sorry.
So there's 2 sections, and it's see-through. And the other one is called a Peekaboo knit bag, and I wanted to use it, but I wanted to show you guys before I did. There's this panel here that you can see your project through, and it's really lightweight.
Oh, that's nice fabric.
Yeah, and so she sent a card and said, what's with the name? Many years ago, while out on a pumpkin hunt with my family, I came upon the most beautiful sight and had to snap a picture. The one you see in the corner here.
It's a very small picture.
Yeah, but I'm sure you can make it out. It even spoke to me and told me its name, Industrial Nature. Ever since then, I've wanted to use that name for something. At first, I thought I'd use it for my all-girl rock band where I'd be the drummer, but that hasn't quite panned out yet. So in the meantime, I decided
you play the drums? I'm curious now.
I decided to use it for my company name, Industrial Nature Fiber Studio. I also like a fun play on words, hence ink in ink bag stands for industrial natural knitting. I love it when plan comes together. Peekaboo, because that's what your lovely projects are up to inside the bag, and little things because it's the little things in life that make me happy, and it's what this bag holds. And then there's tea. So I thought that was really cute.
Good. You can smell it through the plastic. It smells really good. And it's inhale deeply for a free trip to an Oregon mint farm. And it really does smell good.
Yeah. Which is kind of awesome.
I've never been to Oregon. Thanks for that.
Mm-hmm. So I look forward to using those. And then today, I have to show, so I went to a kitchen restaurant supply store, which normally I don't allow myself in. But I went there with a plan.
There's a good reason.
I was looking for some really good squirt bottles, I guess you would call them, that won't leak and that are pretty heavy duty. So I found some for a really good price. So I bought 4 of those. Try those out. And then, hang on, wait for it.
She's got all these baskets on the floor lined up.
Got me some pans.
For dyeing trays. For dyeing yarn in.
They're regular 36.
I was going to say, like, people who have never dyed yarn before are looking at you now going, what the hell do we care?
And they have really tall ones, too. But no, it's for dyeing yarn. And
Good
the reason...
Lord, those are expensive?
Well, I got them for half price.
Oh, okay.
The reason I want to use this, and this can be used because these are warming pans. You can use these on a simmer. You can't really, like, don't boil something in it and put the heat up really high. One of the ladies there said, for example, one of her brothers does maple syrup. And so these are the kind of pans. So I got 2 of those. They were half price. So basically...
God, you wouldn't get a lot of maple syrup out of one of those.
No, there's taller ones.
Maple syrup is a ratio of 40 to 1. So if you put 40 liters in, you'll get 1 liter out.
Yeah. So I got some of those, and I got my husband a big heavy-duty spray bottle because he uses that for beer.
You know, you're talking to the closet.
Sorry. He uses it for beer, so I got
Even
a
I was
spray
having
bottle.
trouble hearing you.
Sorry. Then I got some fabric. Oh, I'm not on camera anymore. That's why.
Nope.
I got some fabric. So, I went to Fabricville because I wanted the fox print fabric that my friend Sheila has. Well, I didn't come home with the fox print. I came home
with everything else.
No, but I came home with what was beside the fox print. I mean, could I say no?
And it's green.
Yep.
And it's got your green in it.
Yes, and then I ran out of this green, so I got some green. And that'll match this print that I got because I want to make myself some tote bags, so that's going to be a tote bag. Okay. And then I had gotten this, I don't even know what you want to call that, mustard? Ochre. I had got this a while back. It's a thicker fabric, and I needed something for the lining and for the pockets, so I picked this up, which I think is quite pretty. And then I had forgotten to show this. I had picked up, this was like in the discount bin. Even though it's stretchy, it's still going to make nice bags. So I got like that one. Blue, but if you open it up,
it's a tropical rainbow.
It is. There are white.
It goes to green and yellow.
Can you see it? Yeah. And I've got this kind of green, this kind of yellow, and I've got blue, so I can make a few different kinds. I think that's all I got. Let me write. Yeah. And my replacement tips for one of my sets of Knitter's Pride, which they're over there.
Thanks, Stephanie.
And these baskets at Costco, 2 for $15.99.
And they kind of look like knit stitches.
Well, yeah, the tag that was on them said knit. It was called knit.
It's not really because the inside isn't purled.
No.
But, you know, that's okay. They're muggles.
Well, it kind of is a pearl.
Not really.
Anyways, like I need baskets like I need holes in my head, my husband said, but I don't care.
Yeah, purses she's not allowed to bring home unless she gets rid of one at the same time.
I did bring one home, and I'll be getting rid of 2.
Okay.
Or 3.
I was going to say, has he noticed yet?
No. I stuffed it between the pans when I brought it in the house.
The last time she had Rob sent to Rob's house, she's like, you have to bring it in the house so Sean doesn't see it.
Oh, that was the yarn.
Yeah. The really big boxes of knit picks.
Yeah, he knows about that now.
Yeah, well now. Didn't know about it at the time.
A year and a half later.
She's like, lie to my husband. I'm like, nah. I ain't lying to your husband. You figure this out.
So, with that said, we're going to do a giveaway of the Stargazer shawl.
Yeah, God, we've been babbling for an hour now.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry.
So I will open a thread for that, and I was thinking because it's called the Stargazer, name your favorite star in the sky,
or constellation.
Or constellation. That's what I couldn't figure out that word.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Star grouping. There you go.
Yes. So you need to be a member of the group. No chatter, 1 post per person, and it will close on April 3rd, and we will pull the name of the person next week, and she will gift you the pattern.
Is it April 4th already? Next week? It can't be. Today's the 18th. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. April has 30 days.
Oh, oops. Next Saturday. Sorry.
Next Saturday is the... God, help me out here. 23rd?
26th. No.
26th?
20th is Monday.
Right. Don't mind me. I can't count. I just know it's not the 4th. Because I have to go get my parents on the 1st, which is in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, coupon codes. I'm broke.
April Fools!
Save me money.
So Tracy, who is Tea Plays Nice, has given us 20% off her pattern, the Little Step Socks, until April 4th, so for 2 more weeks. And the code is the word 2, Tangled, and the number is 20.
Tracy, who also owns the Etsy shop Ocean Creations UK, has given us 10% off until April 30th, and it's all spelled out, 2 Tangled, 10.
Annie Pearl, who is my friend, who is Glitter Pearl on Instagram, and Milwaukee Pearl on Ravelry. She is Annie Pearl on Etsy, Purl, and she has given us 15% off until the end of the year, and the code is Tangled15.
Geektastic Fibers has given us 15% off until the end of the year as well, and number 2 and the word Tangled.
Bags by Awesome Granny, we have a 10% ongoing coupon code, and it is the number 2 TS10.
And last but not least, 6 Munchkin Stitching, 10% off, ongoing code, 2 Tangled, 10.
That's it.
That's all she wrote, folks.
Selma, we miss you!
I miss you.
You'll see her in a couple of days.
I will. So happy crafting, everybody, and we'll see you all next week on whatever date that is. Bye!